Welcome to Project Metal Music! Join the fun! Chat with the bands! Ask them questions, chill out and relax! Alright guys, welcome to Project Metal Music's YouTube channel with your host Young, and we are here with the brilliant Michael from the Rhubarb. So Mike, how's it going? Welcome.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, my pleasure. So Michael, could you introduce yourself and what you do within the band?
Yeah, for sure. I'm Michael McConville. I play the guitar in the Rhubarb. It's kind of like a stoner doom metal kind of riffy band, Glasgow, Scotland. Here we go.
Cool. Yeah, so Michael, let's dive into some questions. As a kid, what were you listening to?
I was listening to probably like massive mix of things, man. Like my parents always had like music on in the house, so it was like Fleetwood Mac, Simple Minds, Depeche Mode, stuff like that. Kind of 80s kind of vibe. It was great. It was good to kind of grow up having more of the music around, you know. For myself, when I kind of started to get into like playing the guitar, more so kind of like 70s based kind of rock stuff like Led Zeppelin, Deep Purple, and then just kind of when my tastes got heavier, kind of more metally kind of stuff like Mastodon, just riffy. Anything that's riff based and has a kind of solid guitar in it, man. I was like way interested.
Yeah. Was it who actually got you into music? Was it your parents mainly, or was it sort of like a sibling or family member, or was it just like a journey of self-discovery?
I think it was like a lot to do with myself, man. To be honest, like I say, there was always music on in the house, but at a kind of younger age, I don't know, I must have been around 12, 13 or something. I had asked for, I think it was initially banjo lessons, but no one actually like taught the banjo at that time in my area, so I ended up going for guitar lessons. Done that for a while, and just through school and stuff, like it just kind of totally lit a fire inside me, man. You know, it's one of those kind of usual musician stories where it's like school isn't really the deal, you know, like academia and all that kind of stuff. Not the way to go for me anyway. But I really connected with music in high school, man, and still doing it now, which is great.
Yeah, cool. So, who out of all the bands that you've listened to over the years, who was your main influence to say, I want to become a guitarist?
That's an interesting one. Probably Led Zeppelin, man. Jimmy Page. I remember watching the Song Remains the Same live video and just kind of being like, oh my god, that's amazing. Yeah, it was probably a mix between that and the Live at Pompeii Pink Floyd video DVD thing they done ages ago. My Uncle Eddie gave me a loan a DVD of it, and just kind of, I know it was like obviously kind of more theatrical kind of stuff, especially for the both of them, but watching the live music aspects of that and seeing like David Gilmour and Jimmy Page just kind of doing their thing and just being totally locked into the moment, that was kind of the first thing that I was like, oh my god, that's amazing. I've never seen anyone do that before, you know what I mean?
Yeah, cool. So before you started the Rhubarb, were you in sort of like any bands prior to that?
Yeah, so I actually didn't start the Rhubarb. I joined think it was like around about 2017. But I had known the guys that were in the band through college, so we all kind of met at college. We all met that way, and I was like a massive fan of the band moving forward, and like a year or two after college or something like that. But yeah, I was in a few bands. I was in a couple of college bands. When we were in high school, we started a band. Me and a couple of mates done like, I don't know. Looking back on it just now, it's like kind of done pretty not bad, man. For being like 15, 16, just like playing gigs in Glasgow, man. We done a couple of like decent venues for that age anyway. We done like Ivory Blacks and Stairway next to Central Station and Audio and stuff like that. It was interesting. It was, I don't know how that happened, but it seemed to work.
Yeah, yeah, cool. So, what has the band been up to, especially over the last 12 months or so?
The last 12 months, it's been kind of interesting, man. We've been like writing new stuff. That's been like the main kind of focus. The record came out, our first album, debut album, came out in 2023, I think, Something to My Failure. It was really cool. Done a lot of gigs around that. Done like a London headline show that pretty much sold out on the night, which was fantastic. Toured up and down the UK a couple of times off the back of that record, and just really kind of proud of it. And just we were really kind of looking to make like a decent kind of step up from that. Do you know what I mean? Like obviously at the time we all kind of thought that was the best we could do at that point, and obviously I don't know, we're always a band that want to kind of evolve and keep topping ourselves, man. Do you know what I mean? You don't want to kind of keep making the same record every time you go in and do that, you know. So yeah, just kind of focusing on writing new stuff. We've been a couple of gigs in Aberdeen, and that's about it, really. Just kind of sitting in the rehearsal room, just kind of writing the music, fleshing out the harmonies, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, cool. Excuse me. We've got a question from Lisaboo, my head moderator. She asks, "What is your process for writing your songs? What comes first?"
Usually, I'll have like a couple of riffs that I've kind of stuck together. I'm very fortunate to be working in the music industry, so there's never a day where a guitar's not out of my hands. So all this kind of stuff just kind of flies out, and usually just kind of write it down or record it on my phone. So yeah, more so it comes from the music side, and then at a rehearsal or whatever, I'll bring it to Hannah and Sean and Ted, and we'll just kind of see if they like it or not. If they like it, that's awesome. We'll start fleshing it out, man, and it's definitely awesome. It's a unique process for us because we've got kind of two main vocalists essentially. So there's loads and loads. I kind of usually make sure that there's loads and loads of space to leave to kind of let those vocals kind of flourish. But yeah, it's like pretty straightforward. Music first usually, and then we'll get lyrics and flesh out the structure.
Yeah. Would there be a sort of like a storyline going throughout the song, or throughout a couple of songs?
Usually, yeah, they're all quite kind of heavily themed. Like there was a bunch of kind of different topics that I played with on Something of Failure that came out really, really well, man. Like kind of struggles, addiction, stuff like that. You know, it's kind of relevant to us, and I feel like we kind of got that point across quite well. So yeah, aye, definitely. It's not really kind of just paint by numbers. You know, it's got to hit home and mean something. You know.
Yeah, cool. You mentioned earlier about doing a few gigs this year, last year. Got a question from Aussie and 2025. She asks, would you tour, like sort of like go out on a full blown tour, of the UK or Europe, or down to Australia or over to North America?
Yeah, that'd be amazing. We're definitely planning to do that for when the next record actually comes out, man. Probably just kind of UK based stuff. same kind of thing as we've done before. Probably just we've been everywhere from Aberdeen now down to Glastonbury kind of area, Axminster, that kind of 10-hour drive, kind of crazy stuff. So really kind of interested and excited to get back into that. But we'd love to do Europe as well, man. But it's just like obviously kind of time, money's the big part. You know what I mean? This stuff for touring bands is just getting like, absolutely excessive nowadays, man. To just be able to do anything. So love to do Europe, love to do Australia, as you mentioned. But I think when the record comes out, man, it'll be mainly UK based stuff. But yeah, we would go probably down south.
She's got Ozzy's got like a follow up question. Where would you like to tour?
Where would we like to go? I don't know. We've always like had a really great time in London, man. I'd love to go back to London. Hit up a couple of different venues or venue since the last time. The guy that put the gig on the last time runs a company called Civil War, a promotion company, and it's an awesome kind of. It's like an old school punk venue in Islington, London, called the Hope and Anchor. That's really really cool. There's loads of cool venues in London, so yeah, love to go to London. Places I've never been, man. To be honest, Birmingham, Manchester. Definitely sit on the Black Sabbath bench. Need to do that in Birmingham.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'd probably just try and go everywhere we haven't been.
Cool. We've got another question from Lisaboo, and she asks, how did the name of your band come about?
It's always a kind of hotly asked question, man. I believe it is an old kind of technique from like the 50s and 60s or something, when they were doing, it was like a TV thing, when they were doing kind of large shots in like a TV show, and there was like kind of, say it's in a cafe, for example, it's like people sitting in the background, when they don't want them to make too much noise. If they mouth the word rhubarb over and over and over and over again, it kind of looks like their mouth's moving and saying stuff, but not actually giving any sound. So that was the that was the reason there.
Yeah. Cool. Thank you for that, Lisa. So, could you tell us a little bit about your first album that came out in 2023?
Yeah, man. Yes, it's called Symptom of Failure. We're very, very lucky to be kind of signed on to Milky Bomb Records down in London. Simon's a great guy, and it really helped us along with just kind of how to get it out more on a wider basis. You know what I mean? Like we knew we definitely wanted to do vinyl, so we got the records pressed and everything, and it's just kind of one of those, I don't know, boyhood dreams of like mine anyway, and most likely with the rest of the guys, like just having something that's like physical media, you know. But yeah, like I said earlier, it kind of deals with a lot of kind of different topics. We were writing it for quite a long time because like we kind of wanted to obviously make a bit of a statement coming out of the gate with our first record, man. You kind of need to have like the mission statement and what the band as a whole or as a core sounds like, you know. Yeah, loved it. Still love it.
Cool. So, have you been? What have you been up to on the writing, recording, and releasing new material?
Yeah, it's been fun. We've been doing a lot of stuff in the last couple of weeks. We've got the first 4 tracks for the next record demoed now, so we're just in demoing those and just kind of trying to figure out what sound we want to go for, what do we want to hear, because like we'd all been in studios before and made releases before, but it was kind of just one of those ones where we hadn't really thought about the overdubs and what we wanted to kind of go on to the tracks when we were doing the first record. So it's like nice to kind of take this amount of time and like really kind of labor over it and just be like, maybe we should tweak that, maybe put that there, maybe get another vocal overdub and our guitar overdub. But yeah, that's been the last kind of 2 weeks, man. Just kind of getting the first batch done, and then we're jumping in for our rehearsal this Friday to get the next 3 kind of fleshed out at least, and then just kind of repeat the process.
Cool, cool. So, have you got any sort of like firm idea on how many tracks are going to be on the next album?
Sorry, you broke up there, man. I missed that.
Yeah. Have you got like sort of like firm idea in your head about how many tracks there are going to be on the new album?
How many tracks?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the last one was like 8, I'm sure. So we kind of want to like definitely step that up, man. I've got like at least kind of 16, 17 ideas, of which 10 are a thing just now. So yeah, I would like to shoot for like 13, 14 maybe. Enough for like 2 singles, 3 singles, and just try and kind of get the buzz around it before the record comes out, you know. But if you're putting a number on it, I'd probably say 14. That'd be cool.
Cool, cool. All right, we've got another question from Aussie, Aussie Ann 2025. I normally ask this, and yeah, she asks, "Have you have to ask what you do final?"
Yes, I definitely thinking about it. We would love to do that again. It's just like a kind of cost thing, man. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was a total nightmare the first time around when we were doing it, because there was like a kind of a massive backlog from the new Adele album. She had like made or like put in an order for a stupid amount of copies, and we were kind of at the back of the queue, obviously. So
Yeah.
for this new one, I would love to do it, if we had the capital to do it. So yeah, it's definitely a kind of conversation that we are going to have for the new record coming out, man. So that would be exciting, man.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like how many do we press?
Yeah,
Have we got enough of a fan base to to warrant
yeah,
that many, and is it financially viable
yeah.
to do
I mean,
so?
definitely. To be fair, we've done quite well with the kind of the allotment that we got to sell at gigs and stuff. So there's definitely well, for us anyway. There's definitely a market for it there. It's just I don't know, the logistics of it sometimes are quite kind of up or down. Do you know what I mean? It's like it's obviously they're more expensive to make, so the less that you order, the more expensive it will be. The more that you order, the less expensive it will be. It's just try to obviously kind of find the middle ground of how many we can shift and how many we can afford. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
true.
yeah, to answer the question, I'd probably say we'll probably talk about it.
Yeah, and we've got another question from Lisaboo. She asks, if you could play with any musician, past or present, who would that be?
It's one of those questions, man. I don't know. That's a great question. Even though I can't play the drums, I'm like a massive fan of like drummers and playing with great drummers. Like Ted's an amazing drummer. There's a couple of guys I work with that are fantastic drummers. We have a couple of jams sometimes. But if it was any past or present people, it would need to be John Bonham from Led Zeppelin, man, on the drums. That'd be amazing. Or Keith Moon from The Who. That would be insane. Yeah, I'll leave it to those two because I could go on. I could go on for too long.
Yeah, true, true. Yeah, so when you sort of like get everything sorted out for the new album, have you got a firm date on the release date, or is that way too down the line to actually consider?
Yeah, it's for us anyway. It's a little bit far down the line just now. I think our main concern is to just be getting these tracks sounding, probably the best they possibly can sound, before we go in and record them with our very good pal Kev Hare at Deep Storm Productions. Yeah, I think. I mean, as a loose kind of idea, I would like to have it out by like summer next year. So, I mean, it's just all the logistical stuff that you need to kind of put the most time into, man. It's the it's the music part that comes easy. It's the planning, the PR schedule, and like kind of how long we're going to run that campaign for, and who we're going to do it with, and all that kind of stuff. It's just everything's got to be just right for that kind of level of release. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
yeah, not just now, but I would hope that it would be out by like summer next year.
Cool. Have you sort of like got any merchandise or any new merchandise coming up?
Nothing new just now. We have been selling quite a lot of t-shirts and records at the gigs, so we probably should. It's another thing we need to talk about. You reminded me, quite thankfully. we need to definitely kind of have a conversation about that. But yeah, it's all available at the shows, man. So anytime that we're playing, just come along, man, and get a t-shirt.
Cool. Have you got sort of like a website or like a place where you can actually buy online for the merchandise?
I think there's some stuff left on the Bandcamp. I don't know how much of it's left, mind you, but predominantly it's just mainly at the gigs just now. That's our kind of main way of kind of selling them. If you wanted to go and check, though, I'm pretty sure we've got some stuff on the Bandcamp. I know that the first record's still on there, and then there might be a few of the old T-shirts left. I'm not too sure, but yeah, the Bandcamp.
Yeah, cool. So, let me just get the next question. Wrong one. Yeah, that one now. Where can people find you on social media?
Just, I think we're on the Facebook just as the Rhubarb. Should be like a wee kind of purple logo. And Instagram, just the Rhubarb Band, I think it is. But yeah, Bandcamp as well for streaming the music and buying the music. Spotify, Apple Music, all that stuff's definitely there, man. But yeah, just type in the Rhubarb and we'll be there for your doom metal needs, I guess.
Cool. Get me questions put up again. Wrong one. That's the only problem with doing stuff like this by all on your lonesome. It gets confusing. You got to have like about 10 different hats on.
Yeah, don't worry about it, man.
Yeah. Guys, if you've got any more questions for Michael, please ask away. So, any advice for people who want to say pick up a guitar or become a musician in general?
Yeah, just do it. Do you know what I mean? There's just like jump head first into it, man. Do you know? It can be done to like an awesome level. Do you know what I mean? It does feel quite far away for quite a lot of people just now. To do something like that and just to get music out there and actually just connect with people, man. But it's the best advice I could give you guys is just go for it. You know what I mean? No time like the present. Especially if you're confident playing gigs and you're confident kind of being in front of people, just go for it. Yeah, that's the best thing I could do.
Yeah, we've got our good friend, friend of the channel, Lucy Spills. She asks, "Can I ask your guest's name?" It's Michael. It's Michael from the band The Rhubarb. So if you want to check them out, or if you want to ask questions directly to Michael, please ask away, Lucy. Please ask away. Yeah. So, wrong one. So before we sort of like before we start wrapping things up, so any final words before we start wrapping things up?
Last ever words. I would definitely, obviously, thank you for having me on. If you want to go and check out the music, man, it's on Spotify, Apple Music, Bandcamp, all the usual music streaming platforms, just under the Rhubarb. Symptom of Failure is the name of the album. Go and like us on Facebook, go and like us on, or follow us on Instagram, all that kind of stuff. It would be awesome.
Yeah. So, guys, thank you. So, Michael, thank you so much for coming
Yeah,
on.
no
It's
worries
been
at
a
all.
total pleasure. A total pleasure.
No worries.
And guys, go check out Michael and the Rhubarb over on Instagram and Facebook. And yeah, you won't be disappointed. You
So,
will not be disappointed. So, guys, so Michael, thank you so much for coming on.
thank
It's
you for
been a
having me on.
complete, yeah, been a complete pleasure. Complete pleasure.
Likewise.
Uh, so, until next time, guys, we'll catch you all later.
See you.